That's a total verbal and verbal communication, as well as I haven't seen the replay on with Cowser, but you have a feel. You're obviously watching the ball, but you're having a feel where the other outfielder is, by being as loud as possible as well. Tough in a ballpark like this that's loud. We try to simulate that in spring training by turning the music's way up and things like that in the stadium to try to get guys to be able to communicate in a loud environment. But that's such an instinct play, honestly, and that's just guys that have been playing baseball for a while that understand how important communication is. And Hazy kind of coming out of nowhere to make that play was probably the play of the year up until this point. And then Cowser kind of having a sense of that Hazy can get to it, maybe he can't, and then being able to divert to back up if the ball does take a bounce. It's just a really instinctual play by both guys.
I know you've seen Ryu before, but how do you prepare for someone who no one has seen in a year?
Yeah, no, you kind of go back on what he looked like in the past, and then we have some stuff from his rehab outings, and looks really similar. So this is a guy that's pitched in big games for a while. I saw him early on in LA, postseason games. It's really good stuff. Great command of multiple pitches, knows how to pitch, and so I expect that tonight.
Right, there's obviously still some time to go, but if you guys don't end up making another move, how confident are you in this group and its ability to get you guys where you want to go? Well,
we've played really well up until this point, and we'll see what happens. I think our guys are total pros, understand there's things that are out of our control, and but yeah, I mean, we've had a very successful season up until this point with this group, and we'll see what happens here in a couple hours.
Do you seek to be in the loop at all on a day like today?
A little bit, but those guys they're all grinding up, and they're trying to figure things out. So I'm more of just cheerleading at this point.
Do you have clarity about Game 4 starter in the series yet, or do you have to wait till this all shakes out and see what happens tonight?
See what happens here the next hour or so. Yeah.
Was Mountie looking to go to right field last night, or did it just this game situation kind of work out that way?
Really good approach. Good approach off Bassett. In a sac fly situation, I think he was really thinking right center to be able to stay on the baseball, infield use the big part of the field, kind of got a ball away from him and did a nice job of staying on it. That's when Mountie's going right for me, that's where he's hitting the baseball a lot of the time. Because then you don't see the head fly and the swing and miss, but really like the eyes down and being able to stay on and to stay through the baseball. It's got so much power over there, so much power to the middle part of the field. Just like to see him catch those off-speed pitches out in front of the homers he hits to left, because his eyes are staying down and staying out over the plate. That's what he did last night. He stayed on the ball so well.
Do you feel like he has looked more like himself these past couple weeks than before the vertigo stuff started?
Yeah, for sure. It was 10 days before he kind of went, on the IL with that. His at-bats weren't his best, and tells things weren't quite right, and he's playing great right now. I mean, he's taking really good at-bats and getting huge hits for us.
I know he doesn't like to talk about it himself. Is there any rhyme or reason why, just like some players are good with other teams, he just really likes to play against Toronto?
I have no idea why. I think he sees the ball well here. If you ask him, I don't think he really knows either. It's a really good pitching staff over there. There's teams that have our number, or there's players that have our number also. So, but hopefully he can keep doing it for a few more games here.
Randy, what will the next week or two be like for Tyler Wells on the farm, or is that still being mapped out?
Still being mapped out. He's going to see. He's going to go to our lab and do some. The main thing is a little bit of rest, honestly. The main thing is kind of get him backed off, allow the body to kind of recuperate a little bit. Just want to get him a little bit of a breather, not throw as much. Go to the lab, kind of maybe work on some mechanical things, and then kind of slowly kind of get him back into where we want him to be. But it's mainly about giving him, like what we talked about the other day, more of a reset with with just backing him off a little bit, and hopefully he can be a big part of our pitching staff. The last month and a half of the season.
How nice is it to be in the position you guys are on a day like today relative to what the last few years have been like?
Well, this is the first time since I've been here, so that's a great change, and that you're a little more interested when you're in it, and we feel great about the position we're in with this club, and see what happens here in the next hour.